Page 67 is presented by Burlington Industries. If it's anything to do with fabric, we do it for you, your home, and industry. And by Singer, who invite you to come in and sew. Come in and listen. Come in and see for yourself that what's new for tomorrow is at Singer today.
Yes, don't worry, Greta. I'm going into East Berlin for the interview. Yes, Greta. I can't talk to you now. I'm busy. Greta? Greta, stop a moment. My appointment on the other side of the wall is not until 4 o'clock. I shall be there on time. Yes. Yes, Greta. Now, where was I?
Sit down, please. Herr Otto Hoffmann, 451 Elmstrasse, West Berlin.
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
Since 1947.
You were born in your father's house in Grüneberg in East Germany.
Yes.
Your father's name is...
You will find all the information.
Will you be good enough to answer my questions, Herr Hoffmann? Well, after all, it's all a part of the process, is it not?
Yes, of course, I'm sorry. The name is Karl Hoffmann.
You realize, Herr Hoffmann, how very infrequently one is granted an interview like this?
Yes, I'm most grateful.
No need. No need. You have a cold?
Just since yesterday.
Spring. Spring. Change in temperature. Just think what pleasures we have to look forward to. Warm days, sun shining, green grass to walk on. I love spring more than any other season. Its urgency, its promise. I write verses, you know. Do you indulge in such things? Or is your whole life given to industry?
It couldn't exactly be called an industry, Herr
Korp.
Herr Kopp. I have a small factory. I produce plastic items.
Yes, I know. Were you in the army, in the services?
Yes, I was a soldier. I was wounded in Russia. At the end of the war, I went back to Grüneberg, my home.
You live at 451 Elmstrasse with two cousins. Female cousins. Greta and Rebecca Willigis.
Yes.
Why did you leave Grüneberg after the division of Germany? Why did you choose the West?
It was on impulse, Herr Kopp, because I was much younger then.
It wasn't apprehension. The fear of the new authority. Not anti-communist.
No, an impulse, I promise you.
You have no strong political feelings?
I know it is a fault, but no, I'm not a political man.
Your father remained in East Germany. Did you try to persuade him to go with you?
Yes, I tried.
Why?
I wanted to have him close to me, that's all.
But he refused. He believed that his loyalty lay with the new government.
Yes, he refused.
Now, belatedly, he wishes to join you. Oh, please don't think that I'm being cruel, Herr Hoffmann.
No, I wouldn't.
But the dead are dead, and what can one say? Nature, you see. Nature gives, nature takes away. Against nature, there's no defense.
It's a blessed release.
Your father has made a deathbed request to have his body delivered to you for burial. He wants to be buried in West Berlin, near his only living relatives.
Yes.
Yes. We have the death certificate. You would go alone and return with the coffin. You would bring back your father from Grüneberg and nothing else. You would be very carefully searched, you know that?
Yes.
And therefore cautious. You realize the need for caution.
Of course.
Not married, Herr Hoffmann. Why is that?
Is it necessary for me to answer that question?
Just a friendly question between two men. You don't have to answer no. There is one thing, Herr Hoffmann, about spring that is not good. It sets the blood running. It's like a drug that creates fantasies, delusions. The love of a girl. Who's to say that a young man of 16 rarely knows what love is? For the love of a girl, a young man tries to climb the wall. Of course, he was shot.
Of course.
Spring would deceive her. What do you think? Wouldn't it make a good poem?
Whatever you say, Herr Kopp. Do I have the permission?
We'll let you know later today. I realize a decision of that kind must be arrived at speedily. Nature. Nature.
And I suppose you nodded and said, yes, Herr Kopp this, and yes, Herr Kopp that.
I did what I could.
Then why was it that they didn't give you an answer there and then?
There are formalities. It's unusual to apply for permission of this sort.
But I don't understand. Why does it matter to them where a man is buried?
Perhaps he might even have given me a permission at once. Only there was an incident.
I hope you didn't argue with them about politics, Otto.
Argue? Otto.
Don't start, Greta, please.
Well, what was the incident?
The young man who was shot and killed today trying to climb the wall.
Well, he must have been a fool.
He was 16. He was climbing the wall because he was in love with a girl.
Death will come to us all.
Stop it, Rebecca. You will live to see us all under the ground. Now listen to me, Otto. When you go, you must not come back empty-handed.
How can I come back empty-handed when I have my father's coffin with me?
Don't be stupid, Otto. You know what I mean. Your mother, bless her, had money. We know she turned it into rings and bracelets before everything was destroyed. How you managed to run your factory, I don't know. Your mind is like sponge cake. If Rebecca and I didn't constantly push you...
I will be a happy man!
What did you say?
I think I will go to my room.
Oh, no, you won't. You will kindly explain your remark.
Oh, yes, Otto. I mean, after all, it was our father who gave you the money to start your business.
Apologize. Admit that without us you would be nothing.
Yes, nothing. Nothing. There, is that enough?
I know you, Otto. I know what's troubling you. I have seen you watching the women go by.
I think I'm developing a temperature.
Oh, go to bed. You think that we have held you back from marrying, don't you? But who would have you, may I ask? Well, go ahead, try to drown me out, but you know what I am saying is true. You are not exactly a catch, except for your money, and even that is tied up in the factory. It is not necessary, Otto, to be married, to lead a good and full life. Otto, you will get permission.
You don't remember me? Come, look at me closely.
I'm sorry.
That bad? I have changed so much. I am Peter Hansen.
No.
Yes, your father's old friend.
Well, Peter, forgive me for not recognizing you. How are you?
You can see. And you, the same, Otto. Come inside. He missed you, Otto. He was always talking about you. Now, my boy, I don't want you to be frightened by what you see in there. I know what a shock it will be.
No, I'll be all right.
That's the spirit. Dr. Leander, this is the son, Otto.
How do you do?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Was it difficult getting permission?
Not very difficult.
Go. It was a tense time for us here.
Tense? Why?
Leave me with my son. Well, don't stand there gaping. Sit down.
You're alive.
Of course. Who do you think I am? Lazarus?
Why am I here? Why was I told you were dead?
Now, one question at a time. First, go over to that dresser. You'll find a box of cigarettes. Get me one.
I want to know why you've done this.
When I've had my cigarette and you've composed yourself, I'll tell you.
But it's a terrible joke. A dangerous joke.
My cigarette. You waddle like an old goose. Don't you take any exercise? Keep yourself fit. Look at me. I'm over 70. And I could run you around the block and give you a 10-yard start any day.
I was wounded.
Matches? That's better. Now, Otto, how are you? How's your heart? Are your eyes all right?
I have to wear glasses.
Getting a bit thin on top, aren't you?
Why did they say you were dead? What do you want?
Help? I want you to help me. That doesn't take much imagination, does it? I want to go over to the West.
But why do it this way? Why didn't you write to tell me?
Why? Because we're not allowed to move freely here, that's why.
But they would have made an exception in your case. You're an old man. What harm could you do them?
I tried many times, but they wouldn't let me. No. Now tell me, how are those two weird cousins of yours, Greta and, what's her name, Rebecca?
They're fine.
Good. I hated the sight of both of them. They were mean and nasty when they were young. They must be worse by now. But still, I suppose they can cook well, can't they? And they can keep a house?
Yes, they can do that.
Good. Now listen to me, Otto. I want to come away and live with you. And enjoy some of the things I can't enjoy here. I haven't got long left. Maybe a year or two. Maybe a dozen. Who knows?
You should have come when I asked you.
Don't talk about things that happened 20 years ago.
I never understood why you didn't.
Oh, there were reasons.
One special one, anyway.
A woman.
Oh, your face. A woman. Yes, it was the most unheard of thing in the world. Yes, Otto, a woman. The most beautiful woman I've ever met. She'd have scared the life out of you. Oh, the things she could have done.
Did you know her while Mother was alive?
Oh, here we go. Of course I knew her. Otto, I loved your mother, but I should never have married her. She didn't have the spirit I needed.
Where is she now, this woman?
Dead. She was killed in a car accident. Some drunken driver or other. Listen to me, Otto. I'm an old man now, but I was just 45. Your age, Otto. When I first met her, I was just beginning to live. I tried to get away afterwards, but they wouldn't let me. This is the only way. I've been certified dead. So you're going to put me inside this coffin, Otto, and take me home with you.
It isn't possible.
Doctor! Doctor! Just come in here a minute. It is possible, and you're going to do it. Doctor, tell him how it is to be done.
I don't want to hear it. It's too risky. Get someone else.
You're my son. You have the papers. It's either you or no one.
Yes, Herr Hoffman, may I see the papers, please?
We'll be caught. It'll mean prison for us.
Oh, what courage. Oh, son Otto, help me. Let me spend the last few years of my life in freedom. Let me have some comfort. Come here, son. Hold my hand. Come on, hold your father's hand. I'm old. It's a very small request.
I have to think about it. I have to think.
Think, yes. Think, Otto. I must rest now. It's not going to be easy for me either, you know. I'll be the one that'll be in that coffin. I'll be half choking.
Come now, Herr Hoffman, it'll be all right.
Oh.
May I sit down?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Would you like some coffee or something to eat?
Just coffee. My name is Frida Hohlmeier. We should have been introduced.
Did you follow me here?
You seem so distressed. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, one more coffee, please.
Thank you. They're asking a lot of you.
Too much.
Yes, it's difficult. Uncrease your forehead, or the frown will stay there forever.
What if they catch us? It would mean prison for certain, or torture. Who knows? I must be strong. I must not do it.
No one can force you.
Oh, thank you.
You can leave at any time, collect your van, go.
It's so unfair of him. He only has a few more years to live. It doesn't matter so much to him. You think that I'm weak, ungrateful. Where's the son's love for his father? That's what you're thinking.
No. I can tell you have never been friends with him.
I have a business, a life. Why should I risk it all?
Let me tell you something about your father. He's a difficult man.
Who are you? I mean, why did you get involved in this way? A young woman. They could put you in prison. God only knows what they could do to you. Aren't you afraid?
A little. On a day like this, if you breathe in deeply and close your eyes, your whole childhood suddenly springs to life in your mind.
It's spring.
And summer to look forward to.
What did you mean about my father?
Your father has been helping the underground for years now.
My father?
He's been hiding people in his apartment, giving them money.
I can't believe it.
Yes. To look at his sour face and listen to his selfish talk, one finds it hard to believe.
Then you must be involved. You and Peter Hansen and the doctor.
Dr. Leander is an expert with documents.
A forger.
If you're afraid to be seen with me, I'll go.
No, please stay. Go on, tell me more.
For the last 6 months, your father has been less active. His age is beginning to tell on him. His wife, not your mother, his second wife.
He married that woman?
You didn't know?
No.
She was beautiful and very strong. She introduced him into the movement.
Oh, that's what he must have meant when he said the things she would do. He said she was run over by a car. Is that true?
She died with a bullet in her back.
You belong to the underground? Some kind of agent?
I do what I can.
Don't you want ever to have a normal life?
How can I? There are so many obligations.
But what of your obligations to yourself, or to some man you might, or to the children that you could have?
I often think about it. Yes, I would like it. Perhaps in time.
Why can't I help you? Just tell me how. Let me help you.
What is it, Herr Hoffmann? What are you?
What's the matter with me, a man of my age, looking the way I do? Forgive me. It must be the excitement or the confusion. Forget what I said. But there's one thing I must tell you. You were right when you said that my father and I were never friends. When I left here, just after the war, when it was still possible to cross over to the West, I left not for political reasons, not for freedom of that kind. I went to be free of him. It's true that I asked him to come with me, but in my heart I prayed that he would refuse. But I should never have gone to live in my uncle's house. It's like moving from one prison to another. There's something wrong with me, some urge to make me put myself in the control of other people. My cousins. I have 2 cousins, spinsters. They rule me just the way my father did. Suppose then that I took him home with me. He'd take charge of the factory. I know that he would, in spite of his age. I can't resist him. I become childish in front of him.
You need someone to help you fight him. Someone to support you. You mustn't tell people that you're unattractive. It isn't true.
Please don't try to be kind. I apologize. Let's go back.
Herr Hoffmann. How can I get to know you if you live in West Berlin and I live here?
There are visiting days.
Visiting days are far apart.
I could talk to my friend the poet, who writes poems about the spring. He might help us.
We could try.
I'm not a coward. I served in Russia. I was wounded.
Herr Hoffmann, I know you're not a coward.
I can have a house of my own. I don't need to live with my cousins or with my father.
You can if you want to.
I do. I give you my word. I've made my decision. I'll leave tomorrow.
Your father is dead. I have signed all the necessary papers.
He knows all that, the details.
The coffin. Now, on either side, just above the handles here, 2 holes have been drilled to allow air to get in. When you reach the checkpoint, there are 4 little plugs which you must insert into the holes. Now they fit so that anyone examining the coffin will see nothing. When you get to West Berlin, of course, you will immediately open the coffin to let in air.
Neat, eh, Otto?
But they'll see him breathing, they'll know.
I am going to give your father an injection which will reduce his need for oxygen to an absolute minimum. There will be no contraction of the chest or the lungs visible to the human eye. Only a very close examination with a stethoscope would give the game away, and the guards aren't going to bother with that. Now, you must only insert those plugs just before the checkpoint.
Yes, it fits.
It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes for the guards to examine your papers and look into the coffin.
Can I live in there for 10 minutes without air?
You could live for 20, not more. Still, with the injection I shall give you, you should be very comfortable.
Comfortable.
Oh, Herr Hoffmann. Your papers.
Oh, thank you. They're taking a long time down there. What do you know about Frida?
Frida. You know she's not really a nurse.
Yes. What else?
What did she tell you?
There's no need to be so cautious. She as much as told me that she was an agent.
Well, what else is there to know? I'll tell you this, though. She's important. She's always on the run. If they were to catch her, I'd hate to say.
Why did she have to get involved in these things?
Otto, Peter, it won't be long now. Be absolutely ready to leave in 5 minutes.
Good luck. I wish you the best. don't know. Well, goodbye, Otto. Perhaps we'll see you again soon.
Goodbye, Peter.
What are you waiting for? I'm hurt. Take me to a hospital.
What were you speeding for? I saw you come by like a crazy man.
What's the matter with you? Why don't you do something? I'm bleeding. Please, I'm bleeding. There's a town 10 kilometers back that way. You're not going to leave me here, are you?
Someone will come by.
But what have I done? I didn't hit your car. I haven't hurt you. Oh, please, you must take me to the hospital.
Why did you have to speed?
Look, I'll give you anything. Money. Is that what you want?
This man has crashed his car. Will you take him out, please?
Please be careful.
You are from West Berlin.
Yes, I am.
Where are you going?
I'm taking the coffin into West Berlin to have it buried.
Out.
There is no need. I have everything in order.
Come out. Papers? Open it up.
You see? Everything all right.
Yes. Well, drive carefully. Take warning from your friend.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Goodbye.
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 What have you gotten there?
You can see a coffin. I'm taking it home.
Out, please.
Here are all the necessary papers. Everything is in order.
Is it open back there?
Yes.
Everything's in order. As your papers say, your mother is dead.
My mother.
I'm sorry.
No.
You may go now.
free.